What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's Daily Devotional, and we are going through the book of Exodus. Today, we're on Exodus chapter 5, verse 9. What we do here at Trust in Jesus Ministries is that we help you to trust in Jesus more, man. We want you to place your life in his hands because he's got the greatest hands. The whole world's in his hands. Ain't that what the song says? He got the whole world in his hands. But also, we want to, if you have already placed your whole world in his hands, we want you to actually put your whole world into his hands. Every little aspect, every little detail, every little moment, every little part of our lives, we want to place in the hands of the trusting one, the one in whom could take and control and move and hold and has the strong hands that can keep all things together. Let's do that, man. Let's do that. And the way we do that is by reading scripture, studying who he is, finding out more about him, because the more we know him, the better we can more trust him. One of my favorite verses is it says, those who know your name trust you. It's like because we know him. And so we trust you. We trust him. And that's what we're doing here, man. So if you haven't read yet, stop the tape. We're on Exodus chapter 5, verse 9. Stop the tape, check it out, see what that say, come back. We're going to answer some questions. If you've already read it, man, we about to just dive into it, man. Let's go and get it. Let's go and get it. What's going on in the scriptures? Well, we have heard that Moses and Aaron went before Pharaoh. They didn't quite get the response that they thought they were going to get, even though God told them this. You know, it's crazy sometimes. On a side note, that God tells us something, and then when it happens, we're flabbergasted. We're like, "What? Why did this happen?" And it can be both good and bad. When we read through the scriptures and we see it says that as we proclaim our faith, things get a little bit more tough, and then we're like all tripping because things get tough. But then we also see that God has the power to save, to heal, to move and mountains and all these things. And whenever that mountain is moved, we're flabbergasted by it, man. It's funny in that way. But Moses and Aaron are taken aback by the response of Pharaoh. And then Pharaoh gives a response to what they have to say. And this response continues. And what he is saying now, because of Moses and Aaron coming to him with this proclamation, let my people go. Well, Pharaoh was like, dude, increase the work on these boys. Increase the work on each person that they got to do. He says, then they won't be listening to any of these lies. They'll take no heed to these words that Moses and Aaron are speaking. These lies. And so what's that mean, man, really? And I think it's saying, like, look at Pharaoh, man. Pharaoh coming to these boys, telling them to increase the work, because what Moses and Aaron saying about the freedom that could be had through the power of Yahweh is a lie. He's saying that God cannot achieve the purpose that he intends to, because Pharaoh says he is God. He is the one that oversees, and nothing happens apart from him. So their freedom, them being able to leave and go and have a festival or sacrifice to their God, ain't going to happen, because he ain't going to let it happen. And in order for them to forget about that happening, he going to increase the burdens on them. He going to put the weight on them. So what's this say about God? I think what this says about God is that he calls us to do some things that maybe seem impossible. Because at this particular moment in the story of Exodus, it does seem direly impossible, entirely inconceivable, because the quote unquote God won't release them. Yahweh is doing something unimaginable by releasing a load of people. We read, I think, last week or last episode about the people increasing in their number despite this overwhelming persecution and subjugation. So God is already showing some amazing things that can happen, but this huge people, this innumerable amount is going to be freed. How is that even possible? Such a great number of people being freed by such a taskmaster. How is this even possible? So God can do the impossible. I think another thing that this says about God is that He is going to make His way known. He is going to make His way known, despite, and this is because of the future events that we know are about to take place. How God is going to release His people, but with the stubbornness of Pharaoh's heart, deeming He is Lord, because the only way that it could be true that these people will be free is if He is not who He says He is. And we know He's not. He ain't God. There is but one God. And He don't be doing none of that. So God is going to reveal Himself in power and majesty. What's to say about mankind? I think what this says is we go from Pharaoh's angle first, is that we feel like we should be sitting on the throne. We feel like we are the lords of our lives. We feel like nothing's going to happen unless it is us who will make it occur. We all have a Pharaoh heart. We all are pharaohs in our own heart. We all are. Until God moves and shows us and breaks us and then builds us up in Him. I think what this also says about man is that we need to trust in the unquestioning reliability of God. You see, what the enemy tries to do is make us think that the words of God are untrue. The enemy tries to make us think that what God says is not real. In this fact, Pharaoh says, believe these lies, when in actuality, they're true. God is going to release His people. And that's the same way that Satan did it in the garden. He says, did he really say you were going to die? Did he really say that's what you should do? And this is how it always seems to be. It is always changing our thoughts about the trustworthiness of God. We can't do that. We have to absolutely believe in the word of truth that is spoken by Yahweh. We have to. So how do we apply this truth to our lives? What's the enemy telling you right now? That's the question. What is he telling you? What is he lying about in regards to your call, to your ministry, and to your walk with Yahweh? What's happening in that battlefront? Where is he telling you this ain't true? That ain't right. This ain't real. We've got to allow the Spirit to fill us and then believe in the reality and the faithfulness and the trustworthiness of Yahweh, our God. Don't let the distractions, don't let the mental things or the physical things or the spiritual things detract you from belief in the one who can change all things. I appreciate you guys for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.